Welcome to the Beauty Business Resource Podcast. I am your host, Morgan D, and here we yearn to learn and earn, because other than for the love, why else are we in the cosmetology industry? We are here to be your resource for all things centering around the industry in respect to launching, working in, and scaling your beauty business. On our show, we believe that education is number one, yet we make sure to laugh and have a good time with it. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe, download, and send this to 2 friends, especially if they're in the industry. You know we all need a little bit of help. So let's get into that episode. Hey y'all, it's Morgan. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Beauty Business Resource Podcast. This is our first episode. I am your host, Morgan D.
And I am Maya, and we are here for the first episode.
All right, awesome. Y'all have to excuse us because we are having some microphone difficulties. We need to do microphone, but we are here. So, yeah, this is the Beauty Business Resource Podcast. Who are we for? We are for the urban beauty professional. This podcast was started because we saw a need for beauty professionals all over South Florida and just basically like all over the country, right? Like we just see a lot of people, making mistakes that they could avoid. We're trying to help people avoid making mistakes. So that's who we're here for. And nothing against anybody else, but the urban beauty professional, culturally, the barbershop, the beauty salon, it is the pinnacle and the backbone of a lot of our communities. But as far as like the business is concerned, we're just trying to make sure that everybody understands how to run their business efficiently. They can scale their business and what have you. So yeah, Maya, what are we talking about today?
All right, so we're going to start off with the business of the week. Big shout out to Dominique of Sweet Touch. So congratulations, I guess, for being the first business of the week. Dominique is a esthetician based in West Palm Beach, Florida. Definitely check her out. Her Instagram is _ Sweet Touch, 2 underscores. Don't forget it, okay? And definitely, check her out. She provides all types of aesthetic services, Brazilian wax, facial, skincare, all that good stuff. So, again, thank you, Dominique, for being you, and you guys check her out.
All right, awesome. And yes, thank you, Dominique. Dominique is also a customer beauty business resource. So if you or anybody that you know is looking for help with your beauty business, we are your go-to. But we'll go ahead and get into our topic today. Today's topic is do's and don'ts for beauty school, where you should be going to beauty school. We're going to go through the top 10 do's and don'ts when you are fresh out of school. I think that this is an important one. This is one that a lot of people go to school, they spend all that money, they get out, and they really don't know what to do. And we run into that a lot with clients. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into it. So, do you have anything? Yeah.
Coming from me personally, how long I've been out of school for aesthetics? Probably about 2.5 years now. So, it's definitely a topic that I hold near and dear to myself because I just so happen to be given an opportunity to, be here. Not everybody gets the opportunity to be at Skin by Duval. So it's really cool. And, I'm very fortunate. So not everyone is as fortunate as I. So the fact that we're able to get on here and talk about that and kind of help people out because it's a growing industry. Everyone's going to school for it now. So it's good that people can get out and know these things. Unfortunately, I didn't do too much research when I first went into school. So I'd first off like to say, do your research. Don't just pick the first school that is convenient for you, I guess.
Yeah, and that's our first one. So it's like, what is beauty school and why you should go and why you should be there. So I know in our culture that the kitchen beautician is a thing. The history of the kitchen beautician. The DIY. This is Auntie in her kitchen. This is my baby sister cousin Tracy in my living room that does box braids.
Brown sugar, honey.
Tea
tree oil.
This is hot comb on the stove. This is what y'all want to watch. We're going to be here for 6 hours. So because that is such a thing in the urban community, which I'm not down in it because, baby, get your money. Please. Please get your money. It has raised some of us. It has gotten so many of us into some school clothes. It's probably got some of us into college. However, it's 2022. We're trying to change the narrative. We're trying to scale businesses. We're trying to be more professional. So what is beauty school? Beauty school is where you go to get a license. And why do we need a license?
So we're legal.
So we're legal.
So we're practicing legal practices.
Legality, disinfection,
Yes.
sanitation.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. You know, making sure that you're not, communicable diseases, coronavirus. Hello, check in with me. Is this thing on?
That's a big one for Elmo.
That's a big one. Coronavirus. So we just want to make sure that we're going to beauty school and we're getting the license. I know we got inspected when?
It was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
We're probably due for one soon.
We're probably listen, if you're in Palm Beach County, beware. But, you want to get a license. It's going to certify you as a professional. You want people to be able to come into your place of business wherever you are, even if you're working for somebody. That's for another podcast. But even if you're working for somebody, you want somebody to come in and see your license on the wall, knowing that you know how to keep a space clean, just being aware that you're professional. You understand sanitation. Yeah. You understand disinfection. So that's
morally, you don't want to be working on people and you're not really sure what you're doing or what's inside of the products that you're selling. You don't want to break someone out. You don't want, you want to be clean. You want to do all the stuff that you want people to do when you go into their businesses, right? What makes you comfortable?
And that's the part. So looking for a reputable school. So I know that different licensing requirements are different in different areas. Yeah. In different states. I know, like for us in Florida, I think our licensing is under 300 hours now. I think it's like 280.
It's easier in Florida.
It's much easier. Whereas if you go to Georgia, like I have a girlfriend that does this work in Atlanta, and her hours were for like cosmetology. So we recommend that you get online, look at what your state, your county, what your board of cosmetology, because generally it's your board of cosmetology. That regulates that kind of thing. So you need to get on there and see what they require. And you need to find a school, not a program, not Kiki that's teaching lashes on it. Can we talk about her real quick?
Oh, God. No shade if your name is Kiki and you do lashes.
Kiki is the super villain on this show. She's our imaginary villain. But no, just because you took a certification class.
Yeah, you need a license. And then you can be certified to do whatever it is you're doing under your license.
And that's when on the show you get one of these. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that was Santana.
Carisha.
And Carisha, please. You cannot certify people to do things that you haven't gone through the Board of Cosmetology to license them. They need to go to school. You guys got to get your hours, okay? So the other thing about beauty school that I want to emphasize is not breaking the bank. That one is super important. You do not want to go into a beauty school and put yourself in $20,000, $18,000, and $30,000 worth of unjustifiable debt. And what I mean by unjustifiable debt is if this school if they're reputable, if you know that they have amazing instructors, if you know that their programs, like people, you've asked around, you've inquired, you know that this school is putting out superstars, then I'm going to say go ahead and drop that bag. However, if this school is just teaching you sanitation, disinfection, you're not getting that technique because that technique is going to come from other classes. Kiki will turn around and teach you some good technique, but just as far as getting your license, you got to remember, or maybe not remember, maybe I need to teach you today that beauty school is the last frontier for so many of us. Some people, it's not, I just got out of high school and I'm going to beauty school. For some people, it's, I don't want to go back to traditional college, and beauty school is the last frontier before I just settle for, working like minimum wage jobs. So my point is, we don't need to be in any more debt than we probably already are in. I know for myself, I'm a single mother. There are a lot of other single mothers out there. Find the most inexpensive program that you can that is certified with your state, certified with your board of cosmetology. And if you ever need to check on that, they usually have all the schools are listed on the Board of Cosmetology's website for your state. They should all have a license number on the website. And just make sure you do your due diligence. So that's the first one.
Side note also, if you are already licensed and you plan on moving or residing somewhere else, just make sure you do your continuing hours. So don't just move away. Like, we're in Florida, so if you were to move to California, I think their hours are extended. So you might have to brush up on that and take a couple more courses so that you are matching what is required for that state. So don't forget to do that if you move around or you have different locations or something like that.
Reciprocity, baby. You need some reciprocity. You want to make sure that your license carries wherever you're going. So, yeah. Maya, here's a good one. This is one for you. What's the second one? Top 10 do's and don'ts.
Okay, let's see. We have working for a company before you go out on your own. This is a big one for Maya. But seriously though, this is a really big one because honestly, touching on what I was saying earlier, coming out of school, and it's funny because I actually met Morgan kind of on accident, and it was just really weird how it happened. But I just can't imagine where I would be or how things would be going for me if I went straight into working for myself. So of course, I was looking for places. The first thing I did, honestly, that I would advise people not to do, okay, don't go looking to purchase a suite 2 weeks out of school. Not saying that that's exactly what I did, but I was thinking it. But it helps a lot when you do go work somewhere else. And like I said, you may not be as fortunate to be at a Skin by Duval, but if you have to go to European Wax Center for a short period, if you have to go to a Medi Spa for a short period or work under someone else for a short period, you'd be surprised how much you would learn from them. It may not be the environment that you want to be in for a long time, but you will learn things that you're like, okay, well, I wasn't going to learn this by myself. So, and eventually you'll absorb all of that information and you'll take it with you on your next venture. So that's really cool because Lord knows I've learned so much already. And when you're around multiple people, you can't always do everything by yourself. And I contribute to Morgan. Morgan contributes to me.
Don't you contribute, girl? I'm a mess.
Yeah, don't think you know it all.
Yay! I'm a mess.
You don't know it all. So as much as you may think you do, you don't. And you're going to need the help. And you're going to thank us.
Yeah, you will. You will. Please go work for somebody, y'all. It is, oh my goodness. I will tell y'all a story. So when I first got out of school, no, this is real talk. When I first got out of school, I went to European Wax Center, and I probably can't say their name on this podcast. So, we're gonna call them Mick Wax. Mick Wax. I call them Mick Wax. So I went to Mick Wax, and I thought that because I went to Mick Wax that I knew how to wax, and oh my goodness, this is falling. But yeah, I went to Mick Wax, and I thought that I knew how to wax, and I did know how to wax. However, it just wasn't on God's timing, it wasn't on God's timing. I feel like the waxer that I became, as I was there longer, I got better, my speed got better, my technique got better. And if you're listening to this, if I waxed you, before I was experienced enough, I am so sorry.
Oh my God.
No, I'm so sorry that I waxed you because, girl, I was so much better 2 years later.
Of course,
than when I tried to jump out there, and I'm a single mom, and I'm trying to.
It's like driving. You're not the best driver when you're out there.
and you think that you're ready,
yeah,
and you're not ready.
You're not.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like I had to get my technique together. I had to get my speed together.
Yeah.
I see this a lot with the lash technicians, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where it's lashes take what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours sometimes, and it's like y'all are coming out here, and when I say y'all, I say that loosely, but people are jumping out here and they're doing lashes, and it's taking you 3 and 4 hours, baby. I got somewhere to be.
Yeah.
I don't have 4 hours to lay on your table because you're just learning.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you not go to, an amazing lash or go work at Kiki's Lash Studio? You know what I'm saying? And learn and get your technique together. Exactly. Because the other thing about it is, it's the difference between, I can do a set of lashes in 3 hours. Now I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. Okay, so what's the most you made? 200?
Yeah.
Because they're doing lashes for $65 and $70.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? At some places, and them girls are lashing. They get into it. You walking away with $200 versus, okay, let me go work for somebody. Let me get efficient.
Yep.
Where I can squeeze more people into less time. And that's for another podcast. That's for another episode. But we're talking about making dollars versus, I just have this skill that I can use. So the moral of the story is y'all need to go and work for somebody. Get your technique together. Learn how not to hurt somebody. Learn how to value your customers and your clients' time. And you'd be surprised, going up to that front desk and checking your people out. Customer service. Just basic things. You know what I'm saying? Not chewing gum in somebody's ear. Not taking phone calls in someone's ear. You need to learn that professionalism. Sometimes we get mad at these bosses for, they're stuffy. They won't let me do this. They won't let me do that. But little do you know, the things that you think are okay, your clients are not your homegirls.
No, not at all.
They are paying you money to come and get a service. I don't want to hear you and your homegirls conversation while you breathing over me with a mask and you're putting individual lashes on my eyelids. So that's my rant. I want you guys to go work for somebody. Learn the business, because it's the business that's going to make you money. I tell you guys all the time, you don't have to be the best at nothing. But that customer service has to be right. Go and learn your craft. And that brings us to the next one. Learn your craft and get your technique polished. Let's take it back. Let's run that back. Oh, gosh.
Take a deep
Let's
breath.
run it back. Yeah, learn your craft and get your technique polished. I mean, that's one of those where it's simple, right? Get your SHIT together. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do stuff. Yeah. And it's too much of the wrong way. And this isn't anything. It's just too much of the wrong way.
And especially straight out of school, too, you're not the best. You're not. Because if you're, just imagine yourself, like Morgan said, 2 years later, we're only getting better. There's always room for improvement. Right. Do not, don't let your pride have you somewhere thinking you're somewhere that you're not. Learn, absorb, take extra classes, extra courses if you need to. But, guys, we can't, it's great to think we're amazing, because guess what? You are amazing. But don't think you're the best, and don't think you can't learn something from someone, and don't think you can't get better, because you can.
Man, you can always get better.
Always.
Even like with what we do with the waxing, I can get somebody in and out in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm quick with it, but I learned the technique. I took the time to pay attention to the point where it's like, now I'm looking up at the TV in the room and I don't even realize that I'm done with the client.
Like, oh, you're done.
But when I was at Kiki's Wax, I wasn't doing that. You need to study the skin. If you guys are doing hair, especially, let me talk about y'all. My lace front girls, my wig girls, my hair girls. Come on. We're talking about the scalp. We're talking about infection. We're talking about you're taking manufactured products and adhering it to someone's head with adhesives. You need to go to cosmetology school. Stop telling people you're not going to wash their hair. If you're listening to this, I'm going to report you. I'm going to report you, baby. You're going to get reported. You're going to get a Carisha, please. And that's it. That's just where it is. Thank you. Come on. What you mean you don't wash hair? What you mean you don't braid down? What you mean you don't condition?
Hair has to be done upon arrival.
And then you want $700 for the unit.
Okay.
$600 for the unit.
Come on now.
But if you went to beauty school and you worked for somebody, and then here's the other thing too, and we talk about this a lot, Maya. It's like customer service, right?
Yes.
That's a whole nother episode. But going into the customer service portion, we have to stop looking at our clients like they're $1. They're not $1. These women, these men that you're servicing, these are people. These people, they have families, they have jobs. Sometimes somebody sitting in your chair is the only break that they're getting from their children, from their husband, from their job. And by the time they get in your parking lot, they're like, oh, I got to go in here.
Yep. Don't stress them out any more than they already are.
Oh, girl, hold on. Let me get off the phone with you because I got to go wash my hair because she going to turn me around. She gonna turn me around as soon as I pull up in the parking lot because my hair ain't washed. Yeah. And it's like, come on, where's the professionalism?
Yeah,
So
you go into a salon, a good salon, and they're like, all right, shampoo bowl's ready. Have a seat.
Have a seat. You know, we work at we work within a salon. It's called Carlene's Salon and Spa. Shameless plug here in West Palm Beach. She's been in business for over damn near 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what do you think keeps you in business for 30 years? Asking people to wash their hair at the house?
Not that.
I don't think so. No, ma'am.
They wash hair.
Ma'am. This is for y'all. Boo. Boo. Okay. Boo to you. No, seriously. So, yeah, you guys, it's all about learning your craft, getting your technique polished, and just know that part of your craft is customer service. And, you know, we'll get to that another time. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, honey, y'all got to get that together. Y'all really got to get that together. What's our next one, girl? Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Y'all ready? You ready? Are you going to say it?
Do not steal the clients.
So we've told you to go to school. We've told you to go work for a company. And we've told you to learn your craft and get your technique polished. Now, the other part of that is y'all don't steal the clients. Please don't steal the clients. Please don't steal them people clients. Especially if you didn't bring the clients in there. Now, if you brought the client in there, if you went to work for somebody and you said, okay, I got to book a client, that makes you more attractive.
Exactly.
It makes you more attractive in the workplace, you know? But if you came in and these are my clients that you're servicing, right? And it's different in different places because now you're getting into the conversation of like booth rent and all these other things. But get in there. Remember, we told you to learn your craft and get your technique, not to learn your craft, get your technique and put the clients in the bag and take them out in the parking lot to your house where we told you not to do hair at your house. Don't do that.
Don't bring them there.
And I don't know what you believe in, higher power, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, whatever that higher being is that you believe in, it don't bless that. Those are not people that you're going to be able to keep. The kind of clients that you're going to bring to your house, the kind of clients that will leave that person and come with you are the same clients that are going to leave you when you start glowing up. And them prices, because you remember our prices went up this year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to lose some people. But the first people you're going to lose are the people that you stole. It's just like with men. Exactly. The way that you got them, same way you're going to lose them. He's a cheater. He's a cheater. Don't do cheater hair. Yeah. Don't do cheater lashes. Do not wax cheater vajayjays.
Yep. And have a talk regardless if it's who you're renting from or your boss or whatever your situation is. Have a talk with them because wherever you go, there's going to be something in place as to, you know, how that kind of works. You know, some places are very lenient with it. If it's genuinely your client, some places are going to be like, okay, you know, if you go somewhere, we'll tell your clients. Some places aren't so nice like that, you know. So you just got to have a talk with your employer also to kind of see how that goes because there is going to be a future. You're not going to be there forever. But you just got to kind of figure that out and talk to them or, you know, there might be forms and things. Just make sure you read through them because that's super important because, you know, 2-3 years later when you want to leave, for example, and then they're like, okay, well, you can't open up your own place, you know, of your own so far of us, you know, then that's going to be a problem for you. So definitely please pay attention to any documents you sign or any rules that employer has in place or anything. It's just that you don't want to have yourself in a sticky situation to where you can't do your own thing afterwards or it's going to hinder you.
Yeah, definitely watch out for those non-competes. Be careful when you sign those, you know, just make sure that you're considering all parties involved, mileage, distance. I do know this just as a rule of thumb, if you're listening to this and you have signed a non-compete, consult a lawyer, get with a professional. However, a lot of times they don't hold up. Yeah. You can't really impede on someone's ability to take care of themselves, but it does get tricky. Yeah. And I would never get on here and tell you to play with anybody, especially people who can afford lawyers. Yeah. You know,
so just read your documents.
Please.
Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into because it's super important. You don't want to regret things later on.
Totally. Be very diligent about it. So, okay. So we talked about learning your craft, getting your technique polished. Please don't steal the clients. Have some class. All right. And this is one of my favorite ones. Do not Is this thing on? Do not go out and spend frivolous amounts of money on product and equipment and plan out your purchases. One of the things that we do, because we buy with our eyes and we buy with this here Instagram, right? Oh, look at her. She got this machine. She got this kind of wash bowls. She got this kind of stations. She got this type of oh, I want that flat iron. Yeah. I want that lash glue. I want that seal and that bond, or whatever it is that she's doing hair with. And and that's cool, right? But one of the things that you need to do is you need to have a budget when you're coming. You just got out of school. And as we were stating before, depending on what kind of beauty school that you chose, baby, we might already be $18,000 in the hole.
Already in debt.
We're in debt.
Yeah, it's super important to make sure whatever it is we're purchasing, that it can bring you money back. If you're spending money on a specific product, or like Morgan said, equipment, and with this specific product or piece of equipment that you purchased, you're not going to take any clients with that product or equipment that's going to make you that money back. Is it worth it at the moment? Can you hold off on it? Is it something that you might want to wait until later on to purchase? Just make sure you're making a wise decision. Because I see people all the time, like, start off small businesses where they're selling products and things like that. And, you're a small business. You got to start off somewhere, right? But when you're buying inventory and you're buying 500 of something, right, and you only sell 3 a week, now what's happening here? Yeah. Where, and if your product expires, now you just wasted $500 worth of whatever this product is, and you only sold 3 last week, and you only sold 10 within the last couple of months. It's just like, you got to make sure, if you're putting your money into that, you got to make sure, okay, well, if I sold 3 this week, okay, maybe I only need to buy 20 right now. Maybe I only need to buy 50. But don't go out and buy 500 waist trainers and you're only selling 2.
And don't have any waist to train. You don't even have, your waist ain't even trained. How are you gonna sell? Yo, no, I'm serious.
She said your waist ain't even trained.
Your waist isn't even trained. You won't walk around this. Okay,
lead by example.
Listen, and this isn't beauty. This is like I'm gonna use this as an example, right? My boutique girls. Okay. Right? How is it that you'll go spend $2,000 on inventory? Mm-hmm. But you got on $2,000 Balenciagas. Mm-hmm. I've never seen you in the clothes that you sell me.
The hypocrisy.
Et tu, Brute? Is it you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be your brand. Yes, you are your product. Okay. Right?
That's gonna make me suspicious. Do I wanna buy stuff from your boutique?
You gonna sell me swim shoes and you got on McQueen?
Yes, ma'am.
and baby, I love to see it, but it's just you have to be the face of your brand. Yeah. You have to, and here's the thing, and I get on people about this all the time, especially us. And like I said, this podcast is for the urban beauty professional because we have to have separate conversations. We eat with our eyes. Mm-hmm. This Instagram, this TikTok, this Facebook. You see what I'm saying? They paint a picture of life that sometimes just isn't so. There is a girl, a woman, a man out there just like you. Mm-hmm. They want to see themselves in you. They're going to come and get their haircut by you because they feel a what with you. They buy you. They feel a connection with you. Exactly. I personally, and we made good money last year. Mm-hmm. I don't feel connected with someone who I walk in her shop and I feel like I can't touch anything because if I break it, I'm gonna have to buy it.
You break it, you buy it.
If I accidentally move my foot the wrong way, I kicked your Chanel bag and now I'm in trouble. Mm-hmm. And I'm not downing anybody who has those things. All I'm saying is don't feel as though you have to keep up with somebody. Be you. Be beautifully you. Mm-hmm. You don't have to spend this crazy amount of money on product, on equipment. Go back to the previous bullet. Learn my craft. Get my technique. You might get out of school and all you can afford is a bowl, which is a booth rent, right? Bowl, a flat iron, a chair, a station. You see what I'm saying? And you might only have just enough money to do silk presses. Yep. Girl, you better be the silk press queen.
That part. You better
have I better see the TikTok and she flipped the hair around and you turn the chair and then you got a vape and you blowing smoke over her head.
No, don't do that. No, not that part.
you listen, oh my God, them silk presses got smoke in them. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I need to know. Are
not
you
blowing the vape into
Y'all know I saw that on TikTok.
I know you did.
Shout out to the barbers.
Oh my goodness.
But no, I'm for real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You better work that silk press, girl.
Work what you have, because I'm going to tell you this. If you can't work a little bit, when you get a lot of bits, you ain't going to be able to work that.
Yeah, you're going to be so overwhelmed. It's going to be too much.
How many boutiques or shops have you driven past 6 and 7 months? You got all this pretty stuff. You got beautiful chandeliers. You got stations. You got all this type of stuff. But you don't even stand by your product. You don't stand by your services. You know how we are. We get out there on foot.
Okay.
We get out there on foot. We do door hangers. We do flyers. Yeah. We do all kind of stuff because we push our brand off onto people. Everybody in West Palm Beach, especially, I'm sorry, I'm going to get in my bag real quick. You know who Skin by Duval is. Maybe you don't fool with me like that. And that's another conversation. But I love you either way. But the point is, we get out there. Okay. We get out there. We push our brand.
We use our products. We use our serums. If we recommend it to our clients, we use it. Okay. We all go home. We use that after wax serum. If you know, you know. Okay. Any kind of partnerships that we have. Shout out to Star Pill Wax.
Shout out to Star Pill at Star Pill. Use Skin by Duval.
We
love
50%
off.
That part. We love us some Star Pill. We will use Star Pill. Okay. So it's just the thing of like us being, and that's the confidence too. You could tell we're confident and we believe in the stuff that we do. Yeah, we believe it works. We believe it's good quality. So that just speaks for itself. And next time you see somebody and you don't see them repping their brand, you don't see them wearing their products, using their products, just question it.
Yeah,
be like, hey, yeah, like I never seen her use that face wash on herself. I never seen her demonstrate. Listen,
I've got a girlfriend, one of my best friends. She owns the Black Hippie clothing, right? And since she's had her business, I don't think I've seen her wear anything else.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen her wear anything else. She constantly has her product on. It's constantly being modeled. I am a mother. I am an entrepreneur. And you know what it is? She's doing thousands of dollars in sales, right? Shameless plug. She's doing thousands of dollars in sales. Why? Because the woman in the grocery store connects with her. Yeah. The girl at the farmer's market connects with her. Now, if she had on Balenciagas and McQueens and Cubans and all this other stuff, well, girl, where are the clothes?
Exactly.
Miss Ma'am, it's not giving.
Yeah. And, you're also advertising yourself at the same time, too. It's like you're knocking two birds out with one stone. We're wearing our product. We like our product. We're comfortable in our product. You walk into the store, homegirl behind you's like, where you got that from?
Hello.
That's cute.
It's cute for me. It's cute for you, too.
Would and you that's like when you slide out your business card. You say, follow me on Instagram.
Flat out. Flat out. Shout out to at the Black Hippie. I wear a lot of that. That's on Instagram. It's super comfortable. And we live in hot-ass South Florida. So, y'all better free yourself of the bra. But that's another conversation. Let them hang. Let them hang. Okay? So, yeah, not spending frivolous amounts of money, you guys. Be resourceful. Get on Facebook Marketplace. Get on OfferUp. Okay?
OfferUp.
Listen.
We got a lot of stuff from OfferUp.
I have a $700 steamer in my room that I bought from a beauty school for $75. That same steamer that we have in there?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
That steamer been hanging on, too.
Listen.
It's still going.
We have money because we don't spend our money. And that's something that I want you guys to understand. Even in the beginning, that you're going to manifest. This is your mantra. I have money because I don't spend my money on frivolous stuff. Be resourceful. Use what you have. You'd be surprised how many people won't know that you didn't spend a lot of money on this. You the silk press queen. They don't know.
Exactly.
That's olive oil sheen. They don't know.
We need to get out of that. We need to get out of that. It has to be brand new. Like, come on, you guys. Like, I noticed a lot of people are getting back into like the thrifting and stuff like that because it's a trend. Now it's cool, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, come on, hop online, like we said, offer up, see what you can get for half the price. Half the time the stuff isn't even used. Half the time it's the girl straight out of school that bought it.
Come on.
And she used it once.
One time.
And she's not doing it anymore, so now she's selling it. Don't be that girl. Don't be selling your steamer on OfferUp.
Yeah, don't be that girl. You spent all that money on it.
Because we're going to buy it. We're going to buy it from you for half price.
And we're going to make $50, $11.
Okay.
$50, $11. Yay! We've made so much money. No.
Because we don't buy stuff brand
new. Why would I? We're in a profession.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And please take this with a grain of salt. You guys know what we mean.
Well, and I said in the intro, we're going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun with it. We love you to death. Please don't ever take anything like we're coming at you. Because remember, this is the podcast for the urban beauty professional. Everything that we say is for you. We love you. And we just got a lot of love. I got nothing but love for you. Remember that? That was, you too young for that? No?
You got me here myself.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's that. Do not spend frivolous amounts of money on product and equipment. Maya, I'm gonna let you do this next one because you touched on this.
Yeah, where are we at? Avoid leasing a suite and incurring overhead. Like I said, this kind of touches on the last one we were talking about early in the beginning. But if you don't have to pay for a suite, why would you? That's like it's unnecessary. Go in, work for somebody, get that knowledge that you need, become a sponge, soak up all of that information. Like we said, if you're working for someone, you get to save your money. So I'm working, I'm learning new things, I'm being taught customer service, other things that they don't touch on in beauty school so much, and just soak in all that, save your money, and then once you've gotten all that information, you're out of school, then you can focus on, okay, maybe getting your own spot. Or maybe now you can lease your own suite, or you could rent from somebody because you're in a predicament to do so. What sense does it make straight out of school to rent a booth with money that you don't have? And, you don't have clients either. So it's just like, it's not making any sense. We got to do it smart, you guys. We can't sit here and, again, we're trying to be glamorous. We're trying to be that person taking a picture of our key on Instagram and saying, I made it. Here it is. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I waited for this day my whole life.
And you did, baby. You did.
Yeah, you deserve it. And the right timing, though. You
better get in there and do that silk press,
man.
You better get in there.
You better look. Find you a Skin by Duval. Find you a Carlene Salon and Spa.
Please,
get in there. Find a great mentor. Learn from them, and then after that. Then you'll be in a predicament to do all these great things that you want to do. And then you're going to be comfortable, right?
Right. And keep in mind, like, depending on where you live in the country, rents are going up everywhere. Rent is going up. We live in South Florida, so I know that we're, like, one of the top markets in the country right now. But when you think about leasing a suite, baby, that's like you're talking about a minimum of $1,000 a month. When rent, depending on where you live, I know, like, if you live down here in South Florida, whether you live in New York, whether you live in LA, I know a lot of us that are doing these services, we do live in, like, big metropolitan cities, and that's why it's so enticing for us to go into the beauty business, because we know that there is market share, and there's enough money for all of us to go around. And as that may be true, what is the point of coming out the gate? I'm $18,000 in debt
already
from beauty school already. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to lease a space for $1,000 a month. And here's the other thing that people don't understand about the salon suites. And I'm going to say this. My best friend owns one, Parisian Salon Self-Care Suites in Atlanta. Y'all make sure y'all lease. Shameless plug. But the thing about the salon suites are good for people who have an established clientele, okay? If you, let's play this out. If you are working in a salon, if you are working at a McWax, if you are working at a McLash, we're going to call them that, right? You are getting fed clients. They are paying for all of your marketing, right? Even if you're in a salon doing booth rent, they're paying for the marketing. They're voluntarily posting you on their socials. Yeah. If you are in a shopping plaza, people are walking by. especially for like the barbers.
Yeah.
You come in the door, hey, is anybody cutting? Is anybody available? Boom, Terrence is available, right? Nobody is walking into a salon suite
and asking if someone's available.
And knocking on the door like the Three Little Pigs.
Yeah. Because 9 times out of 10, the people in the suites, we're expecting them to be appointment only.
They
you ain't gonna find me in there.
Why? Looking like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's weird. It's weird stuff. Stop doing the weird shit. Okay.
And another thing too, I know sometimes it's really hard. You ever be in a predicament and it's like people on the outside, they don't know certain things. And you have to educate your friends and family. Because I know sometimes it could be kind of discouraging when you get out of school and then like your cousin's like, hey, so when are you going to get your suite? And it's just like, girl, I've been out of school for 2 weeks. What do you mean? What do you mean when am I getting my suite, girl? So it's just like, educate them. Because it happened to me a lot. It's like, friends are like, okay, girl, so when are you gonna buy your place? When are you gonna be in your own spot? I still get it to this day. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I told you this. Like, and it's just like, sometimes it could be discouraging because it's just like, what? Is it not good enough for you? But at the end of the day, you got to think about what's best for you. Because at this point in time, this is the best option I could have ever taken. It makes the most sense. So do what makes sense for you. And if the people around you don't understand that, educate them. Tell them. You only know if you know, right?
Do you have $1,000 for me? That is the question.
You gonna pay my rent?
Yeah. You know what, Auntie Karen, because that's her name. Kiki's mom. Kiki's mom's name is Auntie Karen. And Auntie Karen, do you have $2,000 for me a month? Do you have the cam fees? Do you have this money? Do you have Comcast? I don't know who y'all have. Do you have this money?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's going to cost.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not saying don't lease a suite eventually, but do that silk press.
Don't put yourself in a hole, guys.
No.
It's not cute.
It's not. And nobody wants to feel.
Yeah.
I mean, we already feel broke. Shout out to Biden. But
gas ain't cheap, y'all. Get y'all horses and camels ready.
Listen.
Cause
bird scooters.
We about to be riding horseback.
Well, we got Palm Trans.
Oh no.
Miami Metro.
Yeah. Don't sleep on the Metro now.
MARTA.
The Metro, okay?
MARTA. You all gonna be carrying them silk press tools on the MARTA.
Ooh.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in a space. Be humble. Grow organically.
Mm-hmm.
Maya's gonna do an episode on organic reach. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do an episode on that. So social media, we'll talk about Canva and things like that. We'll have some training. Also, make sure www.beautybusinessresource.com. That is where we will have a lot of our training and our resources and our printables, and you guys will be able to catch Maya there. So that's our other point. We're going to move on through this list here. If you must start a business, have a plan. Please have a plan. So a lot of people will say, oh, well, business plans are antiquated and I don't need that to start a business. Where are my LLC queens at? Where y'all at? My LLC queens, I see you, baby. Yeah. So yes, you do need an LLC, but you also need an EIN. Mm-hmm. And you also need a bank account. And you need a lot of other things, So, but I would say in anything that you do in life, you always want to have some sort of a plan, okay? So, and a business plan doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm really big on like Etsy and even like on Canva, man. You can get on Canva.
There's so much you could do on Canva.
There's so many like resources and things like that you can find on there. And a business plan, and here's some simple components for you guys. You want to have a mission statement, okay? You want to have an about. What are we about? Who are we serving?
Yes, that's a big one. Because a lot of people, they start these businesses or they have these ideas and it's just like, okay, so what is your philosophy? What are you doing for people?
Yeah.
Who
do you serve? Who are your clients?
Who are you?
Because I'm going to tell you right now, my Skin by Duval clients, they're not for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, who's your demographic? Who do you want to serve? And that's the thing, people, if you ask someone next time you go to a small business, be like, what is your purpose? What's your philosophy? What are you guys here for? Like, how are you benefiting me? And, their answer will share a lot with you. So that's super important too. Just know what your purpose is. Yeah. Just don't do something because it's trendy, but do it because you you want to change the world, do it because you want to impact people's lives in some type of way, shape, or form, you know?
I wish I had the DJ Clue bomb. Lord Jesus. Y'all heard what? Do not just be doing it for the money.
Because it sucks when, you think you ever purchase from a business or you go somewhere and you thought they were something completely different than what they actually are. And then afterwards, your expectations are like flattened like a balloon. Like, you're disappointed. You ever go to a restaurant and, the food is supposed to be good and you go there, it's cold, the waitress is rude. And then you're just like, well, these weren't my expectations. I expected more. Unfortunately, we get that a lot at restaurants, but
Girl, she cut my lace wrong.
Oh.
I spent $700 on this wig and she cut my lace. But she got an ivy wall and some neon.
Oh, no. She looked legit.
That make you uncomfortable. She got an ivy wall. She got neon. She got French bulldogs in the lobby. But she don't want to give me my money back for my lace.
Okay.
You destroyed my lace, baby. But that's another conversation. So, yes. Business plan, mission statement, a SWOT analysis, okay? Mm-hmm. If you guys don't know what a SWOT analysis is, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. If you're listening to this, I want you to write that down. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, okay? So when you think, if you wrote your business out on the wall, right? My strengths, what am I good at? What am I good at? Girl, I lay some bomb edges. Like, I know I'm the edge goddess. I'm an edgy kind of girl. I got edge. I got edge. It ain't no edge control without Morgan. And it's I am the control.
I control the edges.
Listen, okay, that's a strength of mine. Yeah. A weakness. What is a weakness of mine? I don't have a lot of clients right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't have a lot of capital right now. And when you do your SWOT analysis, you need to be honest with yourself. Okay, because when we go back and we look at those weaknesses, I don't need to work on taking another edge class, and I damn sure don't need to work on teaching one. Mm-hmm. I need to look at these weaknesses, and I need to figure out, okay, what can I do with these weaknesses? Yeah. Opportunities. What are my opportunities? Okay. My auntie said that all of her sorors need their hair done for the ball. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now I have one of the Divine Nine, one of the sororities needs my services. Mm-hmm. There's an opportunity. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? There is a low cost space around the corner from me, and the owner said that I can come in there for a little 200, a little 180 a week. Opportunity. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I am a part of an organization or a church or something like that to where I can pull clients from that. That is an opportunity. What are my threats? When I did our business plan, a pandemic for one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
A pandemic for one. War at this point.
That's crazy. We started dead smack in the middle of a pandemic.
We started, but
at least I started with you dead smack in the middle of a pandemic. And it's funny because Morgan was just like, please trust me. It's not like this all the time.
Girl, first of all, I wasn't even on yet, girl. I was just, I didn't know. I didn't really know.
It's such a weird time.
It was strange, but you need to know your threats, rising prices, you know what I'm saying? Pandemics, competition. Yeah. Y'all going and leasing spaces, and it's 2, 3, 4, 5 girls that do the same thing that you do in your space. That's a threat.
They are next door.
I need to move to, okay, I live on ABC Street. I might need to move 10 miles to XYZ Street so that I'm not competing. Yeah. That's a threat. So that's that, you guys. Have a business plan, even if it's not for the bank or anything like that, because that's a whole nother conversation, is like, the access to capital. But when you talk about threats, you need to know what those threats are. You need to have a SWOT analysis. You need to have a mission statement. You need to have a budget. You need to have projections, okay? What services do you offer? Because that's another one. So many of us get out of school and we don't have a niche or niche, whatever you want to call it. We don't know what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So you need to be able to narrow all of that down into a business plan, and not for a bank, not for a lender, but for you, so that you don't find yourself off the rails.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right? And look at that. What's the next one?
What do we got here? Take time to study what you specialize in. And what else? Do not get mad because the beauty school did. Oh gosh, do not get mad because the beauty school didn't teach you everything you thought they would. And that's funny because I'm not sure how it is in different places. I can only tell you from my personal experience, but there's going to be things that you're not going to learn. You're not going to know everything, and that's exactly why straight out of school, get some continuing education. Take a Brazilian wax class with Skin by Duval, with Beauty Business Resource, okay? But yeah, take a class. If you noticed you were in school, you noticed they didn't teach you how to do eyebrows the way you wanted to, or they didn't touch on eyelash extensions or Brazilian waxes. All right, well, you do your research. You find yourself a person that can certify you because you have your license.
How about that?
Okay? But yeah, continue that further education because it's going to benefit you, and you're going to learn things that you didn't necessarily get taught in beauty school, which unfortunately it is like that sometimes. Yeah, do your research, find someone who can give you those certifications and those things. And you got anything?
Yeah. Don't get mad because the beauty school didn't teach you anything. Maya was absolutely right there. I think that I want y'all to think. Let's go to a place. I'm gonna take y'all to a place. We're gonna close our eyes and we're gonna think about the Board of Cosmetology. And they're sitting up. We're going to imagine whatever the Capitol is, wherever your state is. I want you to think about the Capitol building. And then we're going to go inside the Capitol building. We're going to go into the offices, right? And I want you to think, what kind of people work for the Board of Cosmetology, who sit on the Board of Cosmetology for any given state in the United States? I don't know about Wakanda, but wink, wink. But I know what they probably look like. Our capital is Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. When you close your eyes and we went into that office, did you see anybody that looks like they lay a lace? Did you see anybody that does a nice fade, dark Caesar, high and tight? Is there anybody at the Board of Cosmetology that is doing lashes? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So just keep that picture in your head. And so now these are the same people who are regulating what they're teaching in the beauty schools. And you're asking the beauty school to teach you these things. And I'm not saying that they can't. But we're talking about possibility and probability here. And there's not a lot of probability for that. So like Maya was mentioning to you before, get into school, get your license.
And then maybe you can learn something from Kiki afterwards.
And Kiki will teach you afterwards. And Auntie Karen might give you some money to go learn it. But don't get mad. So yeah, you guys, that's basically all we have for this episode. Yay! If you guys need help, okay, let us know. You can visit beautybusinessresource.com. Okay. You guys can schedule a consultation with me. I am, what do? I do business development. I will help you get your business started. I will help to get you up and running. Mm-hmm. So you can follow me at Beauty Business Duval on Instagram. And that's really the only place you can follow me because I'm getting better. And I'm on Facebook. I'm at Morgan Ricky LE on Facebook. You can also follow Maya. Maya will give you her information really quick.
Yep. So you guys can get at me for more social media related things. I'm more of an aesthetic person, so the digital stuff, the designs, the marketing, you can get at me for that stuff. I'm finally back on Instagram now, so you can find me at Maya with an I. That's literally the Instagram. It's Maya with an I. And yeah, you can get at me, reach out. I have the Beauty Business Resource link in my bio as well. So anything design or aesthetic related, you can get at me for that. I actually have a commission that I'm working on now, and I'm getting some edits out to Sweet Touch, actually. Shout out to her again, the business of the week. But thank you so much, you guys, for listening in. This is something that's different for both of us, right?
This is really different, and I'm glad that the highest power is blessing us to be able to bless others. Because being our first episode, let me make this clear: this is it's for us and it's by us, and whoever thinks whoever identifies with the us thing, I'm not putting a color on it. I'm not putting a tax bracket on it.
The urban beauty professional.
Just if you identify with these voices that you're hearing, just know that we are here for you. We're learning with you. Mm-hmm. So if you ever hear anything and you're like, girl, you should have said this, or I can help, but man, you better write us. Okay. You better send us a DM.
Don't you be gatekeeping.
You
better tell us.
Ooh, gatekeeping. Carisha, please. Don't be gatekeeping, okay, sweetie?
You better share the tea with us. Because we on here telling you everything.
Yes, so please, don't forget, once again, at Beauty Business Duval.
At Miya with an I.
Okay, and Beauty Business Resource. So we'll check you guys on the next episode. Shout out to all of our listeners, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. We'll see you later. Okay, team. So that was our show. We want to extend a special thank you to the Beauty Business Resource team and all of our listeners. Also, thank you to @brownjewel.beats for all of the music on the show, and a even more special thank you to Newbie Realty for sponsoring the Beauty Business Resource podcast. And don't forget, this is Beauty Business Resource. So if you are in need with help with your beauty business as it pertains to digital marketing, design, social media management, and coaching, we are your go-to for new and existing businesses. And don't forget, follow me, Morgan D, on Instagram at Beauty Business Duval, and my co-host Miya at Miya, Miya with an I, and beautybusinessresource.com. Get there now, log on, check out our resources, check out what's new. All of our updates are there and on our social media. And as I mentioned before, make sure you subscribe, download, and send this to 2 friends, especially if they're in the industry. And that's all, team. We are sending you away with love, light, and positivity. We'll check you next time.